Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhushcha Sakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidyadravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Gurudev, 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 Satyarupam Shri Gurudev, Shri Vishwananda Sadgurudev. 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 Sundararupam Mama Gurudev, Sachitananda Jaya Gurudev. 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 Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Satyarupam Shri Gurudev, Shri Vishwananda Sadgurudev. Satyarupam Shri Gurudev, Shri Vishwananda Sadgurudev. Satgurudev. Sundara Rupam Mama Gurudev. Sachidananda Jaya Gurudev. Sundara Rupam Mama Gurudev. Sachidananda Jaya 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 Gurudev. Gurudev, 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 Shishaya Namaha, Om Vishamaya Namaha, Om Devakara Samudgataya Namaha, Om Sukshmatanave Namaha, Om Chinmayaya Namaha, Om Guru Murtaye Namaha, Om Sundaraya Namaha, Om Sulochanaya Namaha, Om Sumukhaya Namaha, Om Charvasaya Namaha, Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Padmabhujaya Namaha, Om Anagamanaya Namaha, Om Charubharadhine Namaha, Om Ramaya Namaha, Om Mandirasthapakaya Namaha, Om Shri Bhutabhrteshwarnath Namaha, Om Gayatriyajvane Namaha, Om Atmanasikarakaya Namaha, Om Vishnu Pujakaya Namaha, Om Namo Narayane Mantrupasakaya Namaha, Om Swaramayaya Namaha, Om Madhurakantaya Namaha, Om Krishna Sankirtana Rupaya Namaha, Om Sutra Priyaya Namaha, Om Intapashine Namaha, Om Agmine Namaha, Om Chitrakala Visharadaya Namaha, Om Vratadharaya Namaha, Om Sadave Namaha, Om Jagatpantaya Namaha, Om Sarvalokahitaya Namaha, Om Bhattapriyaya Namaha, Om Sudaya Namaha, Om Anukulaya Namaha, Om Niyaya Namaha, Om Sudarshanaya Namaha, Om Bhaktavatsalaaya Namaha, Om Premamurtaye Namaha, Om Shubhekshanaya Namaha, Om Pritivardhanaya Namaha, Om Swastidayakaya Namaha, Om Tarakaya Namaha, Om Anugrahaya Namaha, Om Vardhanaya Namaha, Om Architaya Namaha, Om Arthaya Namaha, Om Siddhipradaya Namaha, Om Janardhanaya Namaha, Om Manoharaya Namaha, Om Mahashaya Namaha, Om Siddheshwaraya Namaha, Om Bhasmabhushitaya Namaha, Om Atmalingaya Namaha, Om Lingakshana Protsahakaya Namaha, Om Siddhisadanaya Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, Om Karupasakaya Namaha, Om Sukshmaya Namaha, Om Vishokaya Namaha, Om Satvikaya Namaha, Om Samadarshine Namaha, Om Dakshaya Namaha, Om Achityaya Namaha, Om Niramkaraya Namaha, Om Nirmohaya Namaha, Om Avyagraya Namaha, Om Chitakrodaya Namaha, Om Vinayashilaya Namaha, Om Savashaya Namaha, Om Kushalaya Namaha, Om Kshamaya Namaha, Om Satyanarmaya Namaha, Om Nirvikalpaya Namaha, Om Viraktaya Namaha, Om Atindraya Namaha, Om Satyasandaya Namaha, Om Pavitraya Namaha, Om Madhurasvabhavaya Namaha, Om Suranandaya Namaha, Om Nandanaya Namaha, Om Prasanatmane Namaha, Om Bhaktahinaye Namaha, Om Sakshaye Namaha, Om Samatmaye Namaha, Om Sadayogine Namaha, Om Haraye Namaha, Om Sutapaya Namaha, Om Soyaya Namaha, Om Guyaya Namaha, Om Vimuktatmaya Namaha, Om Gaviraya Namaha, Om Guptaya Namaha, Om Atmaramaya Namaha, Om Srinivasaya Namah, Om Devaya Namah, Om Dhyutidaraya Namah, Om Danyaya Namah, Om Gurave Namah, Om Duratikramaya Namah, Om Gahanaya Namah, Om Bhagavate Namah, Om Anisharanamargadashakaya Namah, Om Kutasaragartakaya Namah, Om Abhiprayaya Namah, Om Sarvatasamadhyaya Namah, Om Shamikatavavadakaya Namah, Om Premavatara Shri Vishwananda Swami Namaha. Ato Deva Avantuno Yato Vishnu Vichakrame Prativya Sapta Dhamabhihi Idam Vishnu Vichakrame Treda Nidade Padam Samuramasya Pagum Sure Trini Pada Vichakrame Vishnu Gopa Atabhyaha Ato Dharmani Dharene Vishnu Karmani Pashyatayato Vratani Paspashe Indrasya Yujasakaha Tad Vishnu Paramam Padagam Sada Pashanti Suryaha Divi Vachakshuratatam Tad Vipraso Vipanyavo Jagravarum Sasamindate Vishnuryat Paramam Padam. Premavataraaya vidmahe Sadgurudevaya dhimahi Tano Vishwananda prachodayate. Om Premavataraaya vidmahe Sadgurudevaya dhimahi Tano Vishwananda prachodayate. Om Premavataraaya vidmahe Sadgurudevaya dhimahi Tano Vishwananda prachodayate. Om Vakatunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhusudana Kaita Bhare Narayana Chutat Vikrama Chakrapale Daityadi Sajjadhara Sridhara Vasudeva Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Rukminisha Bhavanasha Hare Murare Radhesha Gopesha Surupa Brahmadi Vandya Shri Dvarakashraya Vaikunta Pate Bhuvanaika Murte Gopala Deva Haraye Tava suprabhatam Meena-krite kamata-rupa-varaha-murte Traivikramaya guhane Rama Rama Shri Rama Krishna Yadunandana Kalki-rupa Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava suprabhatam Govinda Madhava Mukunda Parat Paresha Damodara-jadharananda Kadari Shori Gopa Gopi Jana Sambrita Dina Bandho Gopi Jana Priyaye Tava Suprabhatam Kshirabdishayin Bhujagadi Patalpashayin Sadbhakta Hritsadanashayin Ramangashayin Shri Gopa Bhama Vidutalpa Sukhadishayin Gopa Vallabhaye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Kashyapatri Sukanara Gautamadi Brahmarshi Sangamani Sangava Bharatesho Tishtanti Deva Tava Darshana Bhagya Heto Gopala Sekararaye Tava Suprabhatam Mandara Jadi Tulasi Dalamani Kadyahe Malyani Anjali Pute Samudhaharanti Tishtanti Tadbhavatatara Tale Munindraha Radha Manoharaye Tava Suprabhatam Vedatrayam Patati Gautamakana Guyaha Gayanti Sadguna Gano Varada Savargaha Sankirtayanti Tava Nama Kadavisheshaha Shri Naradani Rishaya Tava Suprabhatam Govardhanodharana Gopa Kishora Gopa Gopi Janamrita Suvesha Bhavati Pota Trilokya Mohana Sumangala Divya Deha Shri Rukminisha Varada Tava Suprabhatam Shri Vatsachina Sharanagata Parijata Bhaktarti Banjana Kripakara Dina Bandhu Divyanta Gayati Janapriya Divya Rupa Shri Nanda Gopatanaya Tava Suprabhatam Padmaksha Padmamukha Padmadhara Prameya Padmalaya Srahita Padma Nivasa Shori Padmo Bhavati Surasevita Pada Padma Padmadinata Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Vrindatale Viharanaya Mahendra Vandya Kandarpadarpa Haratinya Sudesha Rupa Chandranayaya Siddha Chandana Lipna Deha Govinda Yadavaraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Nanda Nandana Yashoda Kumara Dhira Mayangadhira Davichona Supushpahara Nilam Buddha Susharira Rama Vihara Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Vaishri Janbhavati Satya Suganti Bhadra Shri Mitra Vinda Divasa Prabhu Putri Karyahe Tishtanti Divya Bhavame Tava Sevanardam Gopi Mana Priyaraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Achyuta Ananta Mukunda Shori Radha Manohara Janardana Chakrapane Namani Divya Munayurmani Shambhadanti Brahmi Muhurta Samaye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Suprabhatam Ye Patanti Aharnisham Bhuri Kritam Mahapapa Shri Krishna Grahetuka Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Chintamani Prakara Satma Sukalpa Vriksha Laksha Vriteshu Surabhira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrama Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Venum Vanantamaravinda Dalarya Laksham Bharavatam Samasamhunta Susandarangam Kandarpakotikamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Alola Chandra Kalasat Vanamalya Vamshi Ragnam Gadam Pranaya Keli Kalavilasam Shamam Tribangalalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Vrichimanti Pashanti Panti Kalayanti Shiram Jaganti Ananda Shinmaya Sadujvala Vigrahasya Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Advaitamatchutamanadim Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabhamadurlabhamatma Pakto Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Pantastu Koti Shatavatsara Sampragamyo Vayoratapi Manaso Munipungyavanam Sopyastriyat Prapadasinya Vichitya Tatve Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Ekopyasora Chayitum Jagaranda Kotim Yaschaktirasti Jagadanda Chayayadantaha Andantarasta Paramanu Chayantarastam Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Yadbhava Bhavita Diyo Manujastateva Samprapya Rupa Mahima Sanayana Bhushaha Shukteryaneva Nigama Pratitestu Vanti Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabis Tabirya Eva Nijarupataya Kalabihi Goloka Eva Nivasatya Kilatma Bhuto Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadeva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yanshyava Sundara Machintya Gunasvarupam Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Ramadimurti Shukalani Yamena Tishtam Nanavatara Makarot Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Svayam Samabhavat Paramapumanyo Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Jagadanta Koti Kotishvashesha Vasudadi Vibhuti Binam Tad Brahmanishkalamanantamashesha Bhutam Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Maya hi yasya jagadanda shatani sute Traigunya vishaya veda vitayamana Sattva valambi parasattva vishuddha sattvam Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Shinmaya Rasatmataya Mahashu Ya Praninam Pratipalan Smaratam Upejya Lila Itena Bhuvanani Jayatya Jasam Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Golokanami Nijadhami Tale Chatasya Devi Mahesha Haridhama Suteshu Teshu te te prabhava nichaya vihitascha yena Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Reka Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Vibharti Durga Ichanurupam api Yasya Chachesta Tesa Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Shiram Yatada Divikara Vishesha Yogat Sanjayate Nahitata Prithagasti Hetoho Yasyam Bhutam api Tatha Samupaiti Karyat Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Tirpashireva hidashantaramabhyupetya Dvipayate vrimitahetu samana dharma Yastatikeva hicha vishnutaya vibhachi Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Yakarana valajale bhajati smayoga Nidram ananta jagadanda saroma kubaha Adhara shakti mavalamya param svamurtim Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasyeka nishvasita kala matavalamya Jivanti loma biraja jagadandanataha Vishnur mahansaira yasya kala vishesho Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Bhasvanja jasma shakaleshu nijeshu tejaha Sviyam kiyat prakatayaptyapi tadvad atra Brahmaya esha jagatanda vidhana karta Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Yat pada palava yugam vinidaya kumbha Vande pranamya samaye saganadi rajaha Vignam diyantu malayasya jagatrayasya Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Agnir Mahika Ganam Ambu Maruti Shascha Kalastatatma Manasiti Jagatrayani Yasmad Bhavanti Vibhavanti Vishanti Amcha Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Yakshakshuresha Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Suramurti Ashesha Tejaha Yasyagnaya Brahmati Sambrita Kala Chakro Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Dharmo Tapapa Nichayam Shuddhayastapamsi Brahmadikita Patagada Vayascha Jivaha Yaddatta Matra Vibhavam Prakatam Prabhava Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasvindra Gopamata Vendra Mahosva Karma Bandhanurupa Parabhajana Matanoti Karmani Nirgana Jikintu Chabhachi Bhajam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Yam Krodha Kama Sahaja Pranayadi Bhiti Vatsalya Moha Guru Gaurava Sevya Bhavahe Sanchijatasya Sadashintanuna Purete Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Om Agnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Gurudev, good morning. So today's verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam is from Canto 11, Chapter 7, Verse 11. Dosha buddhya yobatito nishtan na navarattate guna buddhya cha vihatam nakaroti yatar bhakaha. Translation is, one who has transcended material good and evil automatically acts in accordance with religious injunction and avoids detrimental activities. The self-realized person does this spontaneously, like an innocent child, and not because he is thinking in terms of material good and evil. So these are Krishna's words to Uddhava, the beginning of their conversation. And I think this verse describes the personality of Guruji pretty well. And so yesterday, as is always the case when I have to give a satsang in the morning, I usually wait until the very last moment or the day before I really start putting together something and thinking. And sometimes I will be brave enough to ask Guruji what I should talk about. And yesterday was one such day. And I get various responses, different responses from Guruji when I've asked him this question over the years, ranging from looking at me like, why are you asking me? It's your job, I don't care. To sometimes he's even sent me just beautiful stories and just done my work for me, essentially, to giving me a little seed of something to talk about. So yesterday I was somewhat lucky and somewhat unlucky, as you'll understand in a moment, because he did respond to me. But he said this. I said, Guruji, I'm giving satsang. What should I talk about? And he responded to my text and texted me back this. He said, talk about the ungratefulness of people. They come with their load of problems to get better. And when they leave, they become very bitter and talk badly. That is because they were never in love with their path to begin with. Ooh. Okay. Well, I asked. He responded. Now I have to talk about it. So, I also want to read his tweet. I think he tweeted something. I think we can relate it also to this conversation. First of all, I would like to say that if you're not it's called X now. It's not Twitter. You have to follow him on X. He zeeted yesterday, and if you're not following him on X, I highly, highly recommend doing so. Right. So one thing about Guruji is that I've been with Guruji. It's over 9 years now, just over 9 years since I met him, since I arrived in Germany. And one thing that you learn very quickly with Guruji is that he doesn't say things plainly, right? He doesn't just say what he's doing or why he's doing things, ever. ever, 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 right? But on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, he kind of pulls back the curtain to some degree, and he talks kind of very openly and very plainly a lot of the time. This is also why it's amazing to hear him give commentary on the Guru Gita, right? Because he has to talk about what the Guru is and what he's doing in reality, right? And so Twitter is kind of like that. X. So yesterday he posted this. He said, surrender of the self to Bhagavan is so simple, but we complicate it so badly. All our lifetimes of karma, thoughts, and emotions stop us from giving up even a single piece to someone else freely. Our minds are also caught in the same trap as Duryodhana, who refused to give even a sliver of land that could be measured on the tip of a needle to the Pandavas to regain peace. What foolishness! Yet are we any better? We hold so many expectations when we give something. What are we getting in return? Is that person grateful? How great am I? On and on our minds turn. When we are going to let go of this and venture, when are we going to let go of this and venture into the realm of love? Love which never asks for anything and is satisfied with everything. Love which never takes and is looking for opportunities to give. Love which is forever kind and gentle while accepting anything from the world in return with a smile on its face. Have you ever seen the Guru needing something from anyone else? He puts on a play so that we may learn to be of service and free ourselves from pettiness. But in truth, there is nothing he could ever want from another when the Lord of all dances around him at all times. Learn the truth of Sharanagati and free yourself. There is never anything rarer, nor anything more beautiful than a most humble and loving heart. So this is very, very beautiful post from Guruji. And thinking about, there's so many stories of people that have come to Guruji, they've received something, they've been blessed, some situation in their life has been solved, some sickness has been cured, some dramatic change, some positive change happens in their life because they come to Guruji and they ask him for help, and he helps. He always helps. And then something happens, they leave, and leaving is one thing. Anybody can leave. That's completely fine. Another thing is leaving and then talking badly, right? And so I've been thinking about this since yesterday, which is not very long, but here we are, as to why is that the case? Why are human beings like that? It's this idea of, in Canada or America, we have this term, it's called rubbernecking. Has anybody heard of this term before? Anybody have any idea what that is? No Americans here, okay. Rubbernecking. Rubbernecking is when there's an accident on the road. And let's say it's on a highway, a freeway, and it's on the other side completely, right? So it's not relevant at all to the traffic going this direction, but for some reason, all of the traffic on the other side of the highway is backed up. Even though there's no accident on that side of the road, there should not be, but it's slow. And the reason is because everybody stops to look at the crash. And in America, we call that rubbernecking. Your neck becomes rubber, and everybody slows down, and you get this huge line of traffic on the other side of the freeway where there is no crash, but everybody wants to see, right? Because for some reason, human beings are so much more attracted to negativity, it seems like. And I was thinking about this more, and we blame social media companies and media companies, right? They're always feeding us in our timelines, in our feeds, negativity, right? Okay, sometimes you'll see something positive, something nice. A lot of the time, what you see on the news, what you see on your social media, controversy, division. Look at these people, look at these idiots over here, and no. Why is that? Oh, you like to blame the social media companies, and to some degree it is their fault. But what they've done is that they've created algorithms that see what people engage with and then give people more of that. And so what the algorithms have realized is that human beings generally engage the most with negativity. We give it the most attention, we give it the most clicks, right? And so that it gives us more. So as much as we can point at whoever we want to point at and say it's their fault, actually, the algorithm is just that, an algorithm. And the fault should, at least somewhat, if not the majority, go on us, right? Because we're the ones engaging with it. And again, the question still is, why exactly are we like this? Why do we like problems? And why do some people go against Guruji and say bad things about Guruji after they've left? I think there's a few reasons. One of them is, well, first of all, we all have expectations, right? We have expectations in our life. All the time. We expect so many things. We expect to wake up in the morning, right? That's one expectation. We expect our friends, families, and loved ones will be around tomorrow. We expect whatever it is, not to be fired. We expect that our significant other will love us and continue to love us in the way that we expect them to love us. The problem is that when we have expectations of the master, it can be incredibly detrimental and completely the wrong thing. If there's one thing that you should not have expectations of, it's the Guru, right? Like this verse says, the person who has transcended material good and evil acts in accordance with religious injunction and avoids detrimental activities. The self-realized person does this spontaneously like an innocent child, not because he isn't thinking in terms of material good and evil. This is exactly what we're talking about. Guruji is that self-realized person that this verse, that Krishna is talking about in this verse. He acts spontaneously. He is not like a normal human being. He does not have a mind that is judging what is correct, what is incorrect, what do I expect, what do I not expect. He doesn't behave like that. He does not exist like this. I can tell you firmly that that is the case. 2 weeks ago, I spoke about a conversation I had with Guruji recently, which was so beautiful, and I'm going to repeat it because it bears not only repeating multiple times, but the majority of you were not here when I said it also. And so that conversation was some weeks ago. Guruji and I were alone up in his apartment, and we were talking about one guy who he's having difficulties in his life, yeah. And he's been close and he's been away and and right now he's away, let's say. He's away not only physically, but let's say spiritually. His relationship with Guruji is far away, let's say like this, yeah. And he's struggling. And Guruji, throughout the years, I know that he's invested so much time in this individual. And I said to Guruji, because also, again, from my perspective, from an objective perspective, it doesn't make sense why Guruji should invest so much time in this person. He has not seemingly done anything in this life to warrant such time from Guruji, such attention from Guruji, right? And I said to Guruji, it's amazing how much time you invest in not only him, but so many of us, all of us, actually. But especially this guy, okay? You've invested so much time, you've given him so much attention. It's amazing. It's really amazing. And he said to me the following. He said, "You all don't realize how long your soul has been longing to be incarnated on this earth with me. You all don't realize everything that your soul has gone through to get to this point." And he said, "I don't care about anything else. I only respond to that longing of the soul." That's what he said. And like I said before, it was so beautiful to hear him say that, because he doesn't say things plainly. You might, we understand this, but to really hear him say that directly and plainly, it was like, damn. And after he said that, I was just thinking that it's just so funny, because our perception is so limited, especially compared to his perception, right? We exist like, what do we know? What do we really know? We don't know anything. We think we know something. We think we know who we are. We think we know what this life is, right? We think we know ourselves, but that's a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a sliver of a nothing of what is the reality, right? Who we actually are. What is that soul that is living inside of us, right? That exists and has existed and will ever exist and has a specific longing and relationship with God and with your Guru. And so when Guruji does something, right, spontaneously like an innocent child, that doesn't seem to make any sense, right? We have to remember that our perspective it's nothing. We have zero perspective. And what he does, he has the full perspective. And he doesn't think about it, like this verse says, thinking in terms of material good and evil. He acts spontaneously. He does what he needs to do in each moment according to what is correct for each person, right? And it's not a coincidence that any of us are here, no matter where you are in the spiritual path, no matter if you're a follower, a devotee, a swami, a rishi, a brahmachari. It's not a coincidence that you're here, that you're hearing this, that you have somehow discovered Guruji in your lives. But this is the problem. This is the crux of this satsang, is that we think that we have the perspective. And because we think that we have the perspective and we think that we know how Guruji should act, and we judge him based on that very limited perspective, we develop expectations. And we expect him, we want him to be a certain way. And that can manifest in so many different ways. And this, I think, is why when he doesn't do something according to our expectations, there is the risk that we can become very, very bitter and upset, right? And go into this spiraling of negativity. And then can be, before you know it, you're talking shit. Because also, it gives you a moral superiority, right? To look at somebody, especially somebody that so many people look up to, that there's a whole organization around, and say, this one is wrong, right? You become automatically better. And so the question is how strongly are we going to hold on to those expectations? Because we all have expectations of Guruji, specifically I'm talking about, right? Even those of us who have taken vows, we all, it's just part of the human mind. I won't say human nature because that's something else. But this is part of what we do, right? The question becomes, how strongly are we going to hold on to those expectations? Before I met Guruji, I would say I met him coincidentally, right? It seemed very coincidental. I was kind of in passing. I was traveling, and this was 2014. And I was stopping, I'll just go and meet this guy. He's going to inaugurate a temple in Washington. Okay, let me go and meet this Guruji guy. I didn't know anything about Hinduism. I didn't know anything about what a guru actually was, right? Like, you have to understand where I'm from is like the most furthest west coast. Like, I'm probably maybe closer to Japan than I am to Europe, right? So on the edge of the west coast of Canada, Guruji said the end of the world. And so my idea of a guru was, well, he has to have a long white beard. He wears robes. His eyes are always half open. And he says very wise things only. Okay? This was my perception. This was my expectation of what a guru was. That's what I understood, right, what a guru was. And maybe I knew Hinduism, there's a guy, he has an elephant head, I think, and maybe there's a guy with a flute. That's about the extent of my knowledge of Hinduism. And I remember meeting Guru that night itself, when I first met Guruji in the airport. And immediately, those expectations started to crumble, okay? He wasn't that old. He didn't have a long white beard. His eyes were fully open. And sometimes he was making jokes and like being super funny, And so that was an expectation I had. Luckily, I wasn't very much attached to that expectation of a guru. I wasn't attached to that. It was okay. I was fine with letting that go. Okay, that's what I thought a guru was. Now I'm meeting a guru, a Sadguru. Cool, let's continue. And so that's how you can have expectations in your life. But when it comes to Guruji, oh my God, try as best as you can to not have any expectations. It's going to help you so, so much because he will challenge them. That's why he's here also, right? Is to challenge those expectations and see how attached you are to them. And so the point that I'm making is that It's not that we all have expectations of Guruji. We all think that he should behave in a certain way. We all judge him in a certain way. But when he comes and tests those expectations, the question is, how easily can we say, okay, I let it go. You don't have a long white beard, you know. Your eyes are open. Sometimes you're saying crazy things. Sometimes you're saying things that just aren't true, factually aren't true. But also, why is he saying it? He's saying to see what expectation. Do you have an expectation that, and how are you going to react? If I say something that is not true, one time I remember it was during the Olympics. Swami Akash remembers this, maybe. Was in the kitchen and was with Jayagopal, Rishi Jayagopal, and we were talking about football in the Olympics. And Guruji came in, we were talking whatever about this, who's winning, I don't know what it was. And Guruji came into the kitchen and said, oh no, they don't play football in the Olympics. And we said, actually Guruji, we're just looking at the score here, they're playing, it's happening. And he said, no, they don't play football in the Olympics. And it was like, okay. This is a funny example, right? But the point is the same. How do you react to that? Right? Where are the limitations of your expectations? Wow, it rhymes. Nice. And what do you do when he reaches a point where it becomes difficult? It becomes uncomfortable. How attached are you to those expectations? And so, I was having a conversation recently, and I'll just finish on this. Is that the thing is that this can become a problem for people, right? He says things that aren't true. He says things that don't come true. No, whatever. He does things that we don't expect. He does things that make us uncomfortable. And for me, I hope and I pray that above everything else, above all of my expectations that I have of Guruji, about all of the judgments and things that I have of Guruji, one thing that I know almost more than anything about him is that I don't know anything about him. I genuinely don't understand who he is really and what he's doing. What I know is that what he's showing and doing is a fraction of what he's actually doing. And what he's showing is a fraction of the full picture of what he's doing. This I know for sure. And so if you understand that, then everything else is fine. Because he can do things, he can say things, and it doesn't matter. If football's not in the Olympics, okay. Guruji doesn't think football is in the Olympics. What do I know? Right? And so I will finish with, what Socrates says, which is, all I know is that I know nothing. And this is one of the most important things that you can remember about Guruji. Know that he is beyond, right, all of these expectations, these limitations that we put on him, right? And he doesn't act, again, like this verse says, he doesn't act in the same way that normal human beings do. He acts spontaneously like a child. And that can often be very difficult to accept. But it is the truth. Jai Gurudev.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Kamala Hare Nakama Bhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narasimhadev 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 Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev 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 Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Swarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Swarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Gurudev Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me Prapatidamai Karataya Mangala Mangala Me Prapatidamai Karataya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Saligrama Pratishtitaya Mangala Mangala Me Saligrama Pratishtitaya Mangala Mangala Me Tridanda Dharini Kodakachaya Mangala Mangala Me Tridanda Dharini Kodakachaya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ratiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Range Sakin Karyarataya Mangala Mangala Me Range Sakin Karyarataya Mangala Mangala Me Mananataya Dharinidharaya Mangala Mangala Me Mananataya Dharinidharaya Mangala Mangala Me Mangala Mangalame Yadiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Yadiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Swami Jaya Jagadisha Hare Bhakta Janom Ke Sankata Sajanom Ke Sankata Shana Medura Kare Om Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jo Jave Palapave Dukha Vinase Manaka Swami Dukha Vinase Manaka Sukha Sampatti Garave Sukha Sampatti Garave Kashta Mite Tanaka Om Jaya Jagadisha Hare Mata Pita Tumamere Sharanaga Hume Kisaki Swami Sharanaga Hume Kisaki Tuma Bina Ora Naduja Tuma Bina Ora Naduja Asakarume Kisaki Om Jaya Jagadisha Hare Tuma Purana Paramatma Tuma Antarayami Swami Tuma Antarayami Para Brahma Parameshwara Para Brahma Parameshwara Tuma Sabake Swami Om Jaya Jagadisha Hare Tuma Karuna Ke Sagara Tuma Palana Karta Swami Tuma Palana Karta Main Sevaka Tuma Swami Main Sevaka Tuma Swami Kripa Karo Bharata Om Jaya Jagadisha Hare Tuma ho eka gochara sabake pranapati Swami sabake pranapati Kisa vidhi milundayamaya Kisa vidhi milundayamaya Tumako main kumati Om Jaya Jagadisha Hare Dina Bandhu Dukha Harta Tumara Rakshaka Mere Swami Tumara Rakshaka Mere Karuna Hata Badhao Karuna Hata Badhao Sharana Pada Tere Om Jaya Jagadisha Hare Vishaya Vikara Mitao Papa Haro Deva Swami Papa Haro Deva Shraddha Bhakti Badao Shraddha Prema Badao Santana Ki Seva Om Jaya Jagadisha Hare Dhana Mana Dhana Kucha Hai Tera Swami Sabha Kucha Hai Tera Swami Sabha Kucha Hai Tera Tera Tujhko Arpan Tera Tujhko Arpan Kya lage mera Om Jaya Jagadisha Hare Om Jaya Jagadisha Hare Swami Jaya Jagadisha Hare Bhakta Janom Ke Sankata Sajanom Ke Sankata Shana Me Dura Kare Om Jaya Jagadisha Hare Mane Chakar Rakho Ji Girdhari Lala Chakar Rakho Ji Girdhari Lala Chakar Rakho Ji Girdhari Lala Chakar Rakho Ji Mane Chakar Rakho Ji Girdhari Lala Chakar Rakho Ji Girdhari Lala Chakar Rakho Ji Girdhari Lala Chakar Rakho Ji Oh Chakar Rakho Chakar Rakho Chakar Rakho Ji Chakar Rakho Chakar Rakho Chakar Rakho Ji Mane Chakar Rakho Ji Girdhari Lala Chakar Rakho Ji Shama mane chakra koji, Girdhari Lala chakra koji, Govinda mane chakra koji, Girdhari Lala chakra koji, Girdhari Lala chakra koji. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, Tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva, Tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva, Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Govinda. Asato ma sargamaya, Tamasoma jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Hari Om.
Prem se bolo Lakshmi Narayana Bhagavan ki
Jai.
Prem se bolo Sri Bhutabhrteshwarnath Mandir Bhagavan ki
Jai.
Prem se bolo Shri Radha Krishna Kanhaiya Lala ki
Jai.
Prem se bolo Bhavatar Kriya Baba ji ki
Jai.
Prem se bolo Shivnujaracharya ki
Jai.
Prem se bolo
Satgurudeva Sri Swami Vishwananda Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Om Krim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Janavarabhaya Paraya Paramapurushaya Parakarma Mantra Yantra Tantra Oshadasha Shastrani Samaraya Samaraya Mrityo Mochaya Mochaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Ditye Jala Pradaya Sarvani Shona Om Pat Parasmaye Parabrahmane Paramajyotishe Swaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Hari Om.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe,
Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Shyam Venkatamana Govinda,
Govinda,
Gopika Jivana Smaram Govinda,
Govinda,
Bhaktavatsala Govinda,
Govinda,
Pundalika Varade,
Hari Krishna,
Eknath Namdev,
Tukaram,
Padarinath Maharaj ki
Jai.
Samasta Bhakta Mandali ki
Jai.
Alva Perumal